What year is it? 91. Very cool. Do you mind being on video? Okay, great. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love these older Volvos like this. The rear drive ones. Yeah.
I got it as a graduation gift, and I just lowered it a little bit and flipped the lip up front. So it's a work in progress. She just overheated a little bit, so I just
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, that's great. I love it.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good evening. Look at the Dakota, sitting nice and low. Oh, there's the Pacer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, that's not my kind of thing, the donk, but at least they're doing something with the car, you know? It's not sitting somewhere.
He had a Regal. He was going up Western Avenue, and I got beside him, and they had that big old wheel, and the center part was still sitting there spinning.
Yeah.
And I just pulled up, and I said, that's cool. I said, that's coming from me. And he goes, I appreciate it. Like that driver. He goes, I appreciate that.
I like your Pacer, man.
Thanks.
What year is it?
It's a 75, first year. It's got the Navajo interior. Very politically incorrect these days. Back then it was cool.
Well, it's already done now.
That's right.
A little too late.
Part fell off.
When they first come out, these people posted pictures with fish in them.
Oh yeah. Well, the passenger door is wider than this door.
Yeah.
Longer.
Yeah, let the passengers get in the back seat.
My dad would just get in there and just change all that out. Yeah. He knew how to do it. He just like, he can't worry as hard as start.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty nice. What about this Pacer? So he put that
That's how mine is, too.
Smart idea.
Yeah, you had the electronic ignitions that these things came with in 75 and 76 was junk. So I just retrofitted it.
Yeah. I've done that on a couple of my Mopars.
Yeah.
It works out great. The thing is, you try to like buy the replacement stuff from like anybody, like any of the parts stores, and it's just Chinese garbage.
Yeah, I like to see this that anyway.
Yeah, so I'm
Pardon?
also
What's that
a
anyway?
That's the ignition control box. That's the ignition brain box.
I mean, I'm a Mopar guy too, and I respect the Chrysler electronic ignition, but I feel like it's a little too complicated with the ballast resistor and everything. And the thing about this is you get full current, not just for when you start. You know, Chrysler's got that start and run thing. So the ballast resistor, I think it's not in the circuit for starting, so you get a hotter spark. But then when you're running, you know, when you pull the key back one notch, it goes to this resistant, you know, so it's got a less hot spark.
Yeah.
But this thing's just hot all the time.
Oh yeah.
And it's so simple to wire up.
Oh yeah. It is. It's really simple.
You know that door is bigger on the passenger side, right?
That's what I was telling my buddy, that the passenger side door is quite longer than the driver's side. That was the big deal about these.
We were just looking at a Mazda RX-7 over there with the rotary engine, and I was thinking about how they designed these cars to have a rotary engine in them.
Yeah, I remember reading about
They
that.
were going to buy them from GM, and then GM decided to cancel the project. So then they were like, what are we going to do? So they stuck their six-cylinder in it, but it goes all the way back to here
Yeah.
because it's so long.
So this is cab forward before everybody else was cab forward.
They didn't intend to make a cab forward car, but they kind of had to.
Yeah. That's Shane, the door over here.
That's how I got it. So
Oh, really?
yeah, when I bought this car, It had been sitting in a garage for 15 years. And it was owned by this old guy who died, and his widow just wanted to get rid of all the cars, so she told her next door neighbor to help her sell it, and then it ended up being a guy that I worked with, and he knew I liked AMC, so he's like, "You want to buy this piece of crap?" And I said, "Yeah, hell yeah." So I bought it, and it took me about a couple of days to get it running. But when I had, it's funny, the ignition, when I bought it, it had a points distributor in it. Like somebody had just gotten sick of messing with the electronic ignition. And it had a points distributor, and I still couldn't get it started. So I said, I don't even want a points distributor, I'm going to do electronics. So I did it, and in the course of doing that, the very last thing I did was hook up the coil, and the person before me had the coil wires backwards. So that's probably why they couldn't get it running. But, so I put that on it, I did, you know what I did? In 77, AMC started buying their ignition systems from Ford.
Yeah.
So you can't really see it.
Yeah.
From right here, I guess you can see it.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Is to go buy a 77 and later distributor for an AMC, and then just you can go get the Motorcraft stuff, but that's not as good as this.
Right.
This is better. But the one nice thing that Ford did do is they have a big cap adapter. So it's like a
I've seen those. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like I can't even describe it. It's like a parabolic shape.
Yeah.
And then the distributor cap is only like this high. It just sits right on top of it. And so it spreads the spark plug terminals out a lot. Because when you're putting this kind of current or voltage, whatever, through the spark plugs, if they're too close together, you could get crossfire.
Scatter. Yeah, crossfire.
Which is a problem with, I think, doing it on Chryslers, because there is no like big wide distributor cap that you could get for a
True,
Chrysler.
there isn't. You're right.
So then you're stuck with, if you want to really piss off everybody at the car show, pull in with a Chrysler with one of those HEI distributors.
Yeah.
You will piss everybody off.
Oh,
at the
yeah.
car show. It's like, get that GM piss of shit off that Mopar. Oh yeah, it's handy. See, that didn't
You're
fall
not going to
off.
lose it there.
For such a small car, such a spacious engine bay.
Any idea what this is? It looks like a choke table.
Yeah, it looks like a choke table.
It was just sitting there. I was like, what the hell is this?
What year is it?
It's a 66.
66. This is the one they call the Amazon.
This thing is running like
Yeah.
it is. Is that not the same motor they put on the same car? It might be. They used them to damn near everything.
Yeah.
Sure.
Y'all got that torque in there.
It's got an 88 horsepower and oh yeah. I can tell you. We went to go test drive.
Volvo Amazon 66, like the gentleman said. Look how small that exhaust pipe is. Love the color. Volvo 122S. Probably not the factory original front seats, but cool nonetheless. Very useful.
I mean, what's funny, my shop is on the side of home now, faster than 70, and that's questionable. I just got that console, just so I could have a drink holder.
Yeah.
I wasn't using the old 70s flip-on little plastic cup holder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like your air conditioning.
Oh, you like that? It's great. And the seats are out of a Ford Fiesta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they look right.
Somebody was pointing out Like
You know
right,
they're different, but it just looks good.
right here it says.
No, the airbag.
I said Volvo was really into safety, even in the 60s.
Yeah.
This was the first car that they put seatbelts in standard.
Was it?
Yeah. Volvo
They
pioneered
were,
seatbelts.
yeah, they were the pioneers of the seatbelt. They were like really big. They were the ones that came up with that 3-point
Yeah.
shoulder harness and all of that. They said the 4-point will hold you in better, but the 4-point was more awkward. And then they said, but the 3-point is plenty good enough.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have a chrome trim that goes along here, and you can see somebody mondoed.
Yeah.
It's already
Popped out there.
popped out. I've got the trim. I'm thinking about just going through with a punch and knocking the Bondo out and putting the trim back.
If you don't mind, I'm going to have this on my YouTube channel.
Oh, no, absolutely. Hey, you see the monkey? That's a monkey.
Ain't that some of your kinfolk?
So, that might be my brother.
You need to capture that for the YouTube channel. That's a monkey.
Proof that you will see just about anything in Knoxville, Tennessee.
What's your YouTube channel so I can look it up?
Slantfish Garage.
Slantfish Garage. Greasy Weasel Garage. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you too, man. Greasy Weasel.
Greasy Weasel Garage.
Okay. I'll look it up.
I can't take your truck. And I said, well, I can't take my truck there because all my tools in the back. I said, I won't have anything left. She goes, okay.
Is this yours?
Yes.
Very cool.
Thank you. You want to hear it?
Sure,
That's
yeah.
crazy, but
What year is it? Oh, well. There you go.
Cam. It's a 91.
91.
Yeah. My favorite year.
There
for
was
'em.
another one just right over yonder.
Yep, the blue one.
Yeah.
I saw the blue one.
Mhm.
Yeah, 91's my favorite year. I got the single stage white paint, no ABS. The only downside's R12, so AC doesn't work. But other than that, I love it.
You can buy R12 still.
I know you can, but the whole system's kind of fucked
Oh.
up, so I don't feel like fixing it anyways. So
I've got a 92 Dodge truck still with R12 in it. It still cools really great.
yeah, but bad for the environment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, you can get like the kits now to like retrofit them to 134.
Yeah, I almost did that a few years ago, but when the low pressure and high pressure lines on them are pretty weird.
Yeah.
They didn't, like one came off the back of the compressor and then the low side was over by the dryer kind of deal.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get the machine onto the one on the compressor because it's below the alternator. So or below the power steering pump.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get it on, so I don't got AC or anything, but good little car. It's M47 5-speed. So got a cam.
What is that, 2.4 liter 4-cylinder?
2.3.
2.3, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were always, I always liked these because the rear drive ones, because they were always really solidly built, really reliable.
Yeah.
But, you know, that being said, you can like do a lot to them.
Yeah. The only thing that I think's the really limiting factor with them is the solid rear axle,
Yeah.
but it ain't a big deal.
Well, if you know what to do, you can like work around the solid rear axle.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can make it keep up with a hell of a whole lot of vehicles. It's got a way more, you know, independent rear suspension.
Yeah.
And way more sophisticated everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a change to IRS, but like if the solid rear axle is the only downside I can think of off the top of my head, not too many downsides. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I think those rear axles in those were like a copy of a Dana 44. So
They're a Dana 30.
are they a Dana 30?
They are.
Okay.
I've heard it's the same rear axle, or the diff itself is the same diff that's in the front of a Jeep,
Yeah.
but the lockers don't work together.
Oh, okay. They don't
So,
interchange.
No,
Yeah.
so you got to get a special locker for it if you want it. But I've heard they're the same like almost part for part, but
Cool.
there's a few differences.
Very cool.
It's really weird though, because the later 90s models, they got a lot of parts from other companies.
Yeah.
Like the power steering pump looks like a GM power steering pump, has Chrysler ignition, Dana 30, like it's just all a big mismatch of parts.
Oh wow.
But I love them.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they're
can't
neat.
believe it died on me the first 2 times I started though. That almost never happens.
Well, we were standing here.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
It
We
always
were
is
standing
when
here.
somebody's watching.
I love the fender mounted here.
Yeah, the original ones didn't have the glass in them, so I couldn't see out of them. And I always thought the other ones looked better. So I was like, I'll have to fender. It's been in a few accidents, but it's hard to tell.
So they build it where you can look at
Yeah. The only downside is the front fenders are spot welded in. You have to drill a spot weld to replace fenders.
it. Really?
Yeah, so my front right fender's replaced, but other than that, I've had a few dents here and there, and trim break, but I've gotten all back over. But other than that, the only weird thing is the bolt pattern for the wheels, 5x108. It's just hard to find wheels.
Oh yeah.
So I just went for the custom steelies because they'll re-drill them any way I want.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to feature this on my YouTube channel, Slantfish Garage.
What is it called?
Slantfish Garage.
Slantfish?
Garage.
Got you. I'll look it up.
All right, man.
I'm excited
Thank you.
to see it. All right, you guys have a good one now.
You
All
too,
right,
buddy.
You too.
Yeah.